Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday and we're back doing the coffee time because what else would we watch whilst eating a chicken sandwich? For it's what we do. It's what we do. And we're doing the news. Daily Mail, going to the news, see what's happening. Oh no, I've not been on. We have the eco zealots are at it again. Just Stop Oil. They are at the the National Gallery. Yeah, the Met Police were called as two Just Stop Oil protesters were caught. They were there smashing the glass of a portrait. Ooh, do your thing. We're gonna get some. Oh, it's an advert. There's an advert. Oh, we can't see the advert. There's always an advert. 30-second advert on a minute clip. But yeah, they were. What were they doing? They were smashing the Rokeby Venus oil painting at the National Gallery today. We're just going to see it because it helps. There was somebody there with their phone capturing the action. Just waiting for the advert. Just waiting for the advert. Smart meters. Get a smart meter. That's the advert. So here we are. Here they are smashing the protective glass that's around the painting. There you go. Didn't it make you feel proud? I mean, I guess they're doing it because it's an oil painting. I guess that's the reason they're doing it. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, they were arrested under Section 7 of the... Oh no, they were arrested, but there were some other activists blocking the roads around Whitehall that were arrested under Section 7 of the Public Order of... Anyway, here's that's better. Here's an actual picture. The video wasn't that good, but you can actually see the damage that they're doing on the painting there. Thankfully, it's behind protective glass, and the painting should be all right. But really, we're doing that, are we? But yeah, breaking news is Just Stop Oil. They actually called them clowns here. They've targeted the cenotaph because we've got Remembrance Sunday coming up. There's a lot of focus on the cenotaph because not only have we got these people, you've also got the pro-Palestine movement that are threatening to go to cenotaph. Again, it's Remembrance Sunday. What's what I think? Yeah, just remember. Look, one day we're doing one thing one day, and then the other day they can do it another day. How's that? Let's just make way for each other. But yeah, apparently, yeah, the Just Stop Oil clowns. That's what they've called them. Targeted the cenotaph and were arrested. There they are. This is. There they are. So I'm going to lie down. Look how old they are. They just need to have a little kip. They're tired after their walk into London. So yeah. Meanwhile, we'll stay in Whitehall and the Houses of Parliament. I'm sure all our MPs are working hard. Working hard or hardly working. It seems to be the other way. Apparently, of the 213 sitting days of the 2022-23 Parliament session, the Commons Chamber rose more than 10 minutes ahead of schedule on 100 of them, some 47% of the time. In total, some 134 hours of legislative time was wasted because there was no work for MPs to do in terms of debates or votes. This is analysis by the Labour Party of official Commons data. And they've accused Dishi Rishi of leading a zombie government. And apparently... MPs clocked off early on almost half of all sitting days because government ran out of things for them to do. Get them out there fixing the roads. Get them here cleaning my guttering. Yeah, 134 hours of parliamentary time was wasted, they reckon. Well, I'm sure the Labour Party wasted time as well. Remember, they're all in the same grift. So yeah, MPs are lazy. Shocker. Are you shocked? Are you shocked? No, I'm not shocked. Meanwhile, now what do? Do you want vaping or social media? We'll do vaping first. We'll do vaping. There's some good stories on here today. Apparently, admission rates for vaping-related disorders in the under-20s have risen sixfold over the past 2 years. And in the same time, vaping has hospitalised 24 children. New shock figures have shown this. This is because we've got an e-cigarette epidemic. What, are they e-cigarettes now? I thought it's vapes. Again, the government have promised to get rid of the disposable vapes by, well, next year, 2024. And remember, folks, they're not aimed at children at all. Not aimed at children. Their brightly coloured packaging isn't aimed at children at all, said the man from the Vape Association. And yeah, so this is again, my daughter knows somebody who gets out of breath just walking up a very slight incline now because she's a heavy vapor. But yeah, this is figures obtained by the Times under a Freedom of Information request. Across all age groups, more than 1,000 admissions have been logged since the start of 2020. And this could include lung damage or worsening of asthma symptoms. Mike McKean, doctor, as Vice President of the Policy Unit at the Royal College of Paediatrics and Child Health, the RCPCH, said, just as bold action is needed to tackle smoking, so too is needed to tackle the rise in youth vaping. We would once again remind the government that nothing short of a ban on these unsustainable products will adequately protect the children. Again, something that was designed to help people quit smoking has actually gone on to replace smoking. This is the strange times we live in. Now, we need to, ban them and only make them, for people who request them at the doctors. They've got to get them on prescription. It's really easy to deal with. If I was running the country, that would be law now. There'd be no hanging around. And and I do think that, a lot of the COVID, remember the vid? I think a lot of the COVID issues were caused by people who vaped because, vaping, like smoking, damages the interior of the lungs, makes viruses, have easy access to those parts of your body. It's not rocket science. But then I'm not a doctor either, so, but common sense, that's all you need. Right, now I guess this is social media in action, or how the stupid have won. We're going to York on Thursday afternoon. There was a man who fell into the River Ouse behind the Radisson Hotel at the Ouse Bridge. And this is police footage from North Yorkshire Police trying to rescue him. The thing is the man fell in the river, and despite there being 2 life rings that are accessible metres away from where he fell, no one tried to help the man as he struggled to keep his head above the water. Instead, people got their phones out and filmed him and took selfies as he screamed for help after falling into the freezing river. Yet they made no attempt to help him. Like I said, there are unconfirmed reports that some took selfies and filmed, got their cameras out and filmed him. North Yorkshire Police arrived at the scene, threw one of the life rings in the river to help the man stay afloat, and he was brought ashore, given first aid by paramedics. He's now recovering in hospital. And indeed, here is one of those life rings. So, again, it doesn't take much. And this caused North Yorkshire Police to put out a little social media message, asking people to just do the simple thing and throw in a flotation device, the ring. Don't jump in. I don't want you to be a hero because you could get into difficulty, but do call the police, and if there are flotation devices, throw those in. Do not get your phone out and turn it into a social media event. Like you need to be reminded. Now we're reminded that not all heroes wear capes. Some of them, well, let's read on. Sue Williams, right, is in court, right? She's in court at the moment. Here she is. I don't think she should be in court. I think she's a modern day hero. Why is that? Because she got out her keys and keyed top of the range cars in her village, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage. She scratched 8 cars, including a Mercedes, a Range Rover Vogue, and this is when she went out for a walk in a neighbourhood of Sevenoaks. Oh, down my dad's old way in Kent. They reckon she caused at least £8,000 worth of damage. Right? Now, the thing is, Williams targeted cars that had at least 2 wheels parked on the pavement, scratching them along their side panels. Now, I'd never condone anyone to do that, and I've never done anything like that, have I? No. I mean, no. I've never, never. Her spree started on March the 18th when she was out walking and spotted a white Seat Tarraco on the pavement, and she caused £2,776 worth of damage to the vehicle. Now, this is one of my bugbears: cars that block or cover the pavement completely. The government need to ban it. There are so many cars around now. You know, talk about save the environment. You're letting them, block. Again, I walk a lot because of the dog and everything, and I had to do it the other day. I couldn't walk on the grass verge because of the rain and it was all muddy, so I had to walk out with the dog into oncoming traffic, because a van and a car have blocked the pavement, and the van has got a driveway and a parking space which was empty. They live there, and it's like, and it's my bugbear. So I don't see her as a villain. I see her as a modern day hero. I really do, and there should be a GoFundMe to help her with any fines. But yeah, she later walked past a black Ford Fiesta, which also had its wheels on the pavement, which she scratched. She targeted a third, a silver Peugeot partner van, because that too was parked on the pavement. And again, it was, I guess it was along here. And these pavements are narrow, right? So you can see everyone's up on the pavement. Some were blocking the entire pavement, and personally, I don't see an issue with it. But yeah, that was her thing, and she was charged for 8 counts of criminal damage and admitted all the offences when she appeared in court on August the 14th, where sentencing was adjourned. She returned to Medway Magistrates Court on October the 25th for sentencing, where she was placed under curfew for 3 months. Dylan Bradshaw, prosecutor, said all the damaged vehicles were in close proximity to each other. He added police were called. And the offender was ID'd as the defendant. There was another report of blah blah blah. But Stuart Lewis defended her client had no previous convictions, and that's the reason Williams keyed the vehicles was because she may have been menopausal. I don't think so. I think it's because she's on the right side of history this time. So yeah, she'd be placed under curfew for 3 months and stay indoors between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. They also issued with compensational because the owners have been impacted, and they ordered to pay £4,500 to the owners, with 3 locals awarded £500 each, and the other awarded £600. And except that Williams can pay back the whole amount within 6 months. Well, I didn't see anything wrong with what she's done. But I would never condone it. I just don't think I don't think people should. I think parking on the pavement is the bigger crime. But remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right, I think. Is that right? Or is it 2 rights don't make a wrong? I can never remember. How does that work? So, yeah. Meanwhile, we have crime news. This is Marisol Bizzatti. And he was caught in Peterborough, in Cambridgeshire, where he had one of those cannabis farms. Now we used to get. I miss all the cannabis farms around here. I mean, that's quite an impressive crop he's got, isn't it? That's quite. He won't be able to smoke all that himself. That's hydroponics in action. It's very clever what they do, and apparently when the police got him, he was very upset and said, how sad he was, and he got into a little tizzy. But he was growing £173,000 worth of marijuana, the old Mary Jane. And here he is looking a little bit upset because he got nicked. Ay. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, isn't it? I think that's the best one where he looks genuinely shocked. He's like, ah! He's having a panic attack. And he did the old, he didn't speak any English. Yeah, didn't that old chestnut. So yeah, he was sentenced to 18 months in prison after admitting being concerned in the production of cannabis and abstracting electricity. So they jerry rig up the meter so they don't have to pay for the electricity either. And yeah, he was a very naughty boy. What else have we got? Oh, it's got the Israel Hamas thing. Boris Johnson. Ping. This is an update on Britain's most dangerous trampoline parks. And I think we did cover it a long time ago. Yeah, this is the Flip Out Trampoline Park. One of them is in Stoke-on-Trent. Daniel Mosley was 20-year-old when he broke his neck and became paralysed. I mean, here he is after his accident. But he was an accomplished runner beforehand. The trampoline park chain, has been responsible for a number of horrific accidents, from broken necks to ankles being ripped off. And in some instances, crowbars were found in the foam pits. And you go, excuse me? I mean, here is Rebecca Loudon's injury. They've actually fuzzed it out where she's almost had her ankle ripped off in the foam pit. And this is another lady's back injury where she had to have it all pinned back together again because the parks are, well, dangerous. It's obviously dangerous, and there's a lot of injury photos. There's a lot of injury photos here. But yeah, David Shuttleworth of Barlaston, Staffordshire, and Matthew Mellin of Spinningfields, Manchester, have both pled guilty to health and safety offences at Chester Crown Court. Right, and this is relating to 11 people who broke their backs. 3 of them suffered from fractured spines on a single day in 2017. Most of the broken bones at the Cheshire Park were caused when people jumped from a 13-foot high tower known as the Tower Jump into a foam-filled pit. And concerns were raised when visitors would be injured on an almost daily basis, with the bosses of nearby Countess of Chester Hospital warning that specialist orthopaedic surgeons were facing unnecessary pressure as a result. And Flip Out Chester, the company that ran Flip Out Chester was dissolved, and there's a new franchise running it. And the duo admitted that they failed to prevent visitors from being exposed to risk after an investigation found 270 known accidents occurred over a 7-week period between December 2016 and February 2017. And they're now facing 2 years behind bars. Here they are. You can tell who they are because they're the ones without the broken backs or ripped ankles. I mean, here's a picture of Lisa Jones who was who suffered a burst vertebrae after landing in the foam pit. I mean, she's getting treated in the pit. My goodness, it's shocking, isn't it? And Michelle Conway had her top lip ripped away from her nose and had to have stitches. It's like, how are they allowed to get away with it? Well, they're not allowed to get away with it, but it's absolutely shocking, all the injuries. But yeah, this is what the place looks like. It's got trampolines and foam pits for you to fall in, and I think the kids were invited to one of those for a birthday party once, and I just said, nope, it ain't happening. I'm not saying that would have been as dangerous as this, but if you land heavily on anything, you could easily, it's just ridiculously stupid. Meanwhile, good news. This is health news. Health news. Over a quarter of 20-somethings have high cholesterol. And this relates to the COVID as well. That wouldn't have helped them. Analysis of 220,000 Brits revealed swathes are unknowingly living with high blood pressure or cholesterol. And here it is. There we go. This is by age and sex. So it's pretty impressive. But yeah, you've got to be careful of all this stuff. But I think my cholesterol went up a little bit because it's a side effect of the drugs I'm on. So, but I took a test a while back and it was backed into the normal zone. So you have to be very careful. And again, as you get older, there's more prevalence for high cholesterol because your body just gets worn out. But as a young person, that's not good. Experts were shocked at how unhealthy Britain is. This is part of NHS backed research that's happened. But yeah, more than a quarter of 20-year-olds are really in not a good condition. And high blood pressure and cholesterol are major causes of heart attacks and strokes. Yet both are easily treated with drugs and lifestyle changes such as losing weight and giving up smoking. I've got nothing left to give up. I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, as you get older though, it does happen. Just yeah. But at least I'm not 20 anymore. Oh my goodness. Oops. We're going to the Philippines now. This is Juan Jumalon, who's a 57-year-old news broadcaster who was broadcasting in Calamba town, right? And he was also doing like a live stream of the footage. And what happened is, well, a robber broke into the studio. You can see him here outside breaking in, and then they cut the footage off as he entered the studio because they shoot him dead, and it was all live streamed. That's shocking. They claimed to be a listener and forced their way in, and it was live streamed on Facebook. And the attacker snatched his victim's gold necklace before fleeing on a motorbike with a companion who'd been waiting outside. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who remember the Marcoses? They're still in power, has ordered a thorough investigation. It's the fourth killing of a journalist since he took office in 2022. But yeah, terrible. They're still trying to find the people that did it. So, but I don't know if it's political, unless it is political, and it was the robbery's a cover. It could be. What else have we got? Good news, everybody. Britain braces for a week of storms. Yeah, Met Office are warning. We've got more storms and things coming in. Lovely. Heavy rain and 70 miles an hour gale force winds will batter the country from tomorrow through to Remembrance Sunday. Oh, great. It was so wet last week, walking the dog, I thought I was going to develop gills. That's how wet it was. I was sick of getting wet. Meanwhile, here's a good question. My parking fine arrived 3 weeks late. Should Royal Mail compensate me as I couldn't pay a reduced fee? No. Snail mail. Royal snail mail. Apparently it was the final of the Celebrity SAS competition. And Hancock didn't win. Matt Hancock didn't win. But they judged him. The SAS officers judged him as being really good at lying. Yeah, his wife found that out the hard way. What else have we got? Oh, there was also an update to the story of the world's loneliest sheep. I've got to find it now. Where did I put it in the funnies? No, I didn't. I didn't put it in the funnies. I've got to search for it. Wait a minute. Bear with me. But yeah, remember we talked about the world's loneliest sheep? Well, it was rescued at the weekend. Yeah, they've named her Fiona, right? A ewe, right? I've got a picture of her on the banks. No, I haven't. Here she is being rescued, right? Now nobody asked the sheep what she wanted, but they have tidied her up and given her a lovely hairdo. Here she is now. She's looking absolutely stunning. I should have saved this for the animal story, but I've jumped the gun. But nobody asked her. And when they weighed her, she was actually a lot heavier than she should have been because she had the pick of all the grub, you see. She was down in a little cove by the beach. No predators, no rivals. She was living the life of Riley. And they've rescued her. Rescued her. And nobody asked her. But they had to sneak her into the Dowscon family farm in Dumfries because protesters are turned up because they don't want Fiona, the world's loneliest sheep, becoming a spectacle, like part of a petting zoo. So the animal rights people have turned up to. It's like, why didn't they just leave her where she was? Why didn't they just leave her where she was? Oh, here she is. See, look, she looks so happy on her own. Look at that. She looks quite majestic there. But so they rescued the sheep. I don't know if it was brilliant though. No. What's that? You want me to lower the tone? All right, just because it's you. Meanwhile, have you had your vax? Have you had the mind virus that they injected? I have. I'm fully vaxxed up. It's wonderful. Remember, just stay away from the AstraZeneca stuff because that makes your heart want to leave your chest. But the other ones are very, very mild. I had the smooth one this time, and I had my flu vaccine at the same time. Hey. In the same arm at the same time. Pow, pow. And it didn't hurt. Last year I had it done. My arm hurt for about 6 months. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I've got to get the badge. I've got the badge. I've got the badge ready, right? There is suddenly demand for unvaxxed sperm. So I'm out of running. Apparently women, very stupid women I might add, are turning to shady Facebook groups looking for donors who refuse to get the COVID shot. Yeah, this is the world of online sperm donation. And Jonathan David Rinaldi, dubbed the Sperminator, I shit you not, is a prolific donor for years on a Facebook group called Sperm Donation USA. But he saw there'd been a massive increase in requests for sperm from unvaccinated donors. So he broke away, and he set up his own splinter group of donators who are seeking anti-vax sperm. And here he is. Here he is. Would you trust that? Never trust a man with a bald head and a beard. What? What are you talking about? What? No, it's just very fine. Remember, folks, and so should you. Well, I don't know what to say. Now, you remember, these kids that they're having are probably very weak because they've not probably been inoculated against mumps, measles, rubella, all those things, tetanus. So what you're going to do is you're going to breed children who will stub their toe and die like they used to do back in the 1800s. Do you know the good old days? So if you want weak, feeble children who can, who will be susceptible to every cough and sneeze, join that Facebook group. But if you want strong, manly sperm, send a stamped, self-addressed envelope to the usual address, and I'll knock one out for you. Absolutely free, gratis, no charge at all. Ain't that right, missus? Meanwhile, I can lower the tone. I'll lower the tone. Let's talk about Giovanni Impellizzi. And what's that? The browser's playing up. But let's have a look at him. Look into his wild, staring eyes. What has he been up to? Right. That was taken from Cumberland County's Prosecutor's Office Snapshot Department. The 25-year-old is charged with aggravated assault, tampering with food products, and endangering the welfare of a child and attempted misconduct. Yes, he's a school caretaker even, who has been accused of contaminated food and kitchen utensils with bodily fluids and bleach. He worked at the Elizabeth Moore School in New Jersey, where he's apparently wiped his private parts on kitchen utensils. Well, it's one way of drying them, I suppose. According to prosecutors, he's accused of contaminating food and utensils in the school cafeteria with urine, faeces and saliva, as well as bleach. And it was allegedly offered for consumption to school students and or staff. Impellizzeri is also alleged to perform sex acts with school objects, spat on bread, sprayed bleach into a container of cucumbers with the intention of harming students. And the cucumbers were likely to have been served to children at the school according to legal documents. He was arrested on Tuesday after numerous anonymous tips were sent to the school about lewd social media posts by Impellizzeri were passed on to the police. Apparently, he posted extremely disturbing videos of himself while at work on a Telegram group thread. They're stupid. He'd worked there since September 2019, and they're unsure whether the acts were committed recently or at an earlier date. The prosecutor's office said in a statement, the Upper Deerfield Township School District has fully cooperated with the authorities. The school district is working closely with the Cumberland County Department of Health to ensure food preparation and serving utensils and services have been properly sanitised. It's probably right for me sandwich, and any food products in question have been discarded. And he's been placed on administrative leave following his arrest. You wouldn't want him making your sandwich, would you? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I'm shocked and appalled, but mainly shocked. Apparently, Saturn's rings are going to disappear in 2025. No, they're not. That's not true. What it is, right, is it's the angle that they rotate at. It's levelling out. So in the next 18 months, it's gonna level out like that, and so you won't be able to see them. They'll still be there, but they'll be side on, and then they'll move up. They'll go doo, doo, doo. So a bit misleading that. It's not true. They're not going to disappear. We won't be able to see them so clearly. They will turn into almost invisible line. The enormous structures extending up to 43,500 to 87,000 miles. I can't even. That's a long way, isn't it? That's like, what's that? That's like there and back to Norfolk, isn't it? But they are almost paper thin in comparison. They're only 30 foot tall. There you go. Isn't that amazing? So yeah. But if you use the mirror carefully, you'll still be able to see Uranus. I can hear the missus now. Maybe she's making that chicken sandwich. The chicken sandwich. Winner, winner. Chicken sandwich for dinner. Not quite. Meanwhile, Elon, our Lord and Saviour, has launched a new AI chatbot called Grok on Twitter. And it's sarcastic. And it will answer spicy questions. The ones that you can't ask ChatGPT. Like, is Elon Musk for real? But yeah, apparently it's designed to have a humorous outlook on life, and it will be available to those who pay the top tier for eggs. Everyone will be doing it. I've seen one person do it already on the telly. So yeah, so you'll be able to talk to Grok. Talk to Grok. Meanwhile, who remembers Silvio Berlusconi? Do you remember him? Oh, I miss Silvio. Well, his family are fighting to evict the showgirls. They've been living in his luxury home while receiving €2,500 monthly allowances. Yeah, he hosted 20 women in his various flats and homes across Italy. I mean, come on, he lived the life, didn't he? He's described here as a notorious womanizer. I don't think so. He was just living his best life. But yeah, the family have halted the monthly payments and are taking action. They're fighting to evict what's known as the Bunga girls, and he's one of them. This is Karima El Marouk, who may have been underage when he danced the dance with her. And here's another one who was promised €3 million after she says her reputation was damaged after being accused of being a Bunga girl. And this is those two. I don't think they are involved, but they're just some of the women he had a dalliance with. But Barbara Guerra is one of the women who's resisting eviction from Berlusconi's houses in Berna Reggio near Milan. I mean, come on. And they're also trying to get rid of Marta Facina. She was his companion, actual long-term companion, who helped him during his twilight years. So the Bunga girls are going to have to go. Meanwhile, Kevin the Carrot is returning for Christmas. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. Hooray! Good old Kevin the Carrot. Just don't give him to that fella, because who knows where he'll stick him. I don't think we've got any other animal stories, have we? Just having a look, because I peaked a bit too soon with Fiona the Lonely Sheep. Peaked too soon. Yep. Maybe I've got. Oh, I know. I've got. This is it. This is the awards of the 2023 dog photography competition. We've got some great winners here. Right. So we're just going to look at some pictures of dogs to end on. I think that's it. Oh, look at that one. It's like just move. It's just this movement. It's movement. That's from Jacqueline Rudiger from Germany. He's flying. Look at that. I'll have the look on his face. That's a dancing poodle. And that's a dog diving in the water. Oh, look at these eyes. He's gone all David Bowie on us. I can just look at these all day. Oh, Great Dane puppies. 3 weeks old. That's from Tuss Benegard. I like that one. A dachshund called Maddie, who's wanting a treat. that's a beagle. He's chewing on an apple. That's Iulia Toshiaria. That's a Polish name, so I'm sorry if I mangled it. Hey, look at those guys. That's a lot. They get some great pictures, aren't they? I mean, that looks like it could be AI. Looks like it's part of a t-shirt, isn't it? Little chihuahua. Now we've got hundreds of these to go. Pictures of dogs. I'm waiting till we get to a border collie. He's doing Harry Worth. Now that ages, no one down there is going to know who Harry Worth is. Ziggy meets Jocelyn. And that's the end of the dog pictures. There we go. I think we'll end it there, see if there's anybody in. I doubt it. Oops. My page needs to be reloaded. Is it even working? Oh. Hey, he's working. Yeah, sorry. Fasano's in says they're all on the same grift. Absolutely. Payne's in says good afternoon. Afternoon, Mr. Payne. Runs in. He says hi, Clive. Ian's in. Hey. Fasano says Bunga girls, get them out by Friday. Well, everything comes to an end, even the Bunga party. And it's a shame. Good old Berlusconi. You had to admire his temerity. I really did. Living the dream. Anyway. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel one video at a time. Don't scratch any cars that are parked on the pavement. It's naughty. And that's it. Thank you for watching. You know you've got to drink out. Ta-ta.